Preparing for the Greater Community, as revealed to Marshall V. Summers. Introduction. Preparing for the Greater Community is a book of revelation from the Creator of all life, given to prepare us for the reality of contact with extraterrestrial life and for humanity's emergence into a greater community of worlds in the universe. Contact has begun, yet it is not contact of a beneficial form for humanity. We are facing an alien intervention into human affairs, and this represents a threat to our freedom and survival as a race. And yet it also represents a great opportunity. Our isolation in the universe is now over, and humanity's emergence into the greater community has begun. This is perhaps the greatest event in human history. And it is happening right now, in our time. Yet we are unaware and unprepared. In addition, contact is occurring at a time when we are racing towards a dangerous and uncertain future in our world. Humanity is outstripping the Earth of its life-giving resources at an alarming rate, changing the climate of the world and destroying the natural environment as never before. At the same time, political, social, and religious conflict and division are escalating, fracturing the human family, when instead we must be working to find a real and functioning unity to ensure our collective survival. We are divided, and this makes us vulnerable to outside influence and intervention from the universe around us. Preparing for the greater community was given because humanity has reached this critical threshold in its evolution, a time of convergence when the reality of a changing world and the reality of intervention from the universe collide. This book is here because the greater community is here. Forces from the greater community are in our world now. With this comes the urgent need to prepare mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for the realities of engaging with life on a larger scale. It is to present this preparation that this book is now being made available to the world. For over 30 years, Marshall V. Summers has been receiving a communication from the Creator of all life. This communication has been translated into human language by the angelic presence who watch over our world, who then speak this message through Marshall in the voice of revelation. The voice was recorded and then transcribed and presented in the text of this book and the other books of the new message. And from the beginning, this new message from God was centered on the reality of the greater community and humanity's emergence into a larger universe. Revealed in 1997, Preparing for the Greater Community was the first text of the new message to reveal the larger reality of the greater community in which we live and to present a comprehensive preparation for life in this new and challenging environment. Here the Creator of all life is revealing what awaits humanity and the universe at large, the challenge and complexity of interaction between worlds, and the essential tools humanity will need to navigate its engagement with forces from beyond our world. Here, the human family eclipses its millennia-old isolation in the universe and learns to interact wisely with other forms of intelligent life. This interaction will greatly expand how we view ourselves, God, and our place in the universe. Marshall V. Summers received the very first revelation about the greater community on March 13, 1987, which is now the third chapter of Wisdom from the Greater Community, Volume 1. This process continued in the years following, especially in 1989 with the revelation of Steps to Knowledge, a core book of spiritual practice and development, and then Greater Community Prophecy, a prophetic revelation about humanity's place in the greater community. Then in 1993 came Greater Community Spirituality, the theology of contact, and a revelation of what religion and spirituality are like in the greater community. 4 years later, the Allies of Humanity arrived with their first briefing, opening a whole new chapter in this process. And just days after that came the book Preparing for the Greater Community, in response to the future need for many people to prepare themselves in light of what the Allies of Humanity had revealed. Therefore, the 1980s and the 1990s were a seminal period in the revelation of the greater community in our world. And yet few at that time were ready to hear and respond to this message and to begin the preparation themselves. It is now that this book and others from that period are being presented to the world for the first time. It is especially important this happen now because of the great need for humanity to prepare and respond to the growing presence of the alien intervention in our world. In addition, there are people in the world today who are innately connected to life in the universe and are now ready to begin their inner and outer preparation for humanity's emergence into the greater community. The connection and awareness they hold is kept within their knowledge, the deeper spiritual mind within them. The new message from God provides the key to unlocking this knowledge, and with it your deeper nature and heritage beyond the world, in order for you to serve the world now, as it undergoes contact and emergence into a larger arena of intelligent life. Preparing for the greater community provides this key to you. This opens for you an essential stage in your preparation for a new life in a changing world, in a greater universe beyond. Humanity's success and survival in the future depend on you and others like you undertaking this preparation. This will enable you to participate in the world in a new way, as guided by the power of knowledge within you, and playing your part in a greater coordination of people working together to support humanity in making this great evolutionary step forward. This may be the greatest step humanity has ever taken, and it is no accident you are here at this time.